Chris Ridgway on his way down to the ring here. It's IPW Road to Undisputed. We are live and sold out here in Milton Keynes at Unit 9. What a lineup we have for you this evening. The IPW Tag Team Championships will be on the line as the collective defend against the number one contenders Aussie Open. And of course we'll also find out the answer to the question, who is going to face Luke Dragon Phoenix at IPW Undisputed in just 3 days time for the vacant IPW World title. It's going to be Haskins, it's going to be Mastiff, it's going to be Storm, and it's going to be the man in the ring, Chris Ridgway. And of course, as we've already been told, the greatest man who ever lived, Austin Aries, is also in the building. Hold tight, it's going to be a hell of a ride.
So, Chris, it is an absolute pleasure to have you here in an IPW ring. Now, later on tonight...
Wait just a second in the ring! Chris Ridgway was about to be interviewed by Chris Hatch! And instead...
Oh my God!
I see Sammy Smooth! I see Lewis Howley! I see James Castle! Chair to the midsection!
How can they do this to Ridgway?
Oh, Lewis Howley's got the chair. No, takes it right into the ribs. Smash mouth Chris Ridgway, of course. Back in Fight Nation days, used to be the leader of the faction with Sammy Smooth and James Castle. And for a time, Lewis Howley as well.
How can they do this to Chris Ridgway?
And the collective. And Lewis Howley. Can't believe what is happening. Chris Ridgway coming out to do an interview to talk about his participation in the main event this evening. Shocking scenes here at the beginning of Road to Undisputed. Chris Ridgway was coming out to do an interview with Chris Hatch, and he's just been completely wiped out by the IPW Tag Team Champions. What does that mean for the main event? Only time is gonna tell. Well, right now we're gonna send it over to Chris Hatch.
The following contest is a super bad open challenge for the Z-Force Championship, and it is set for one fall. Introducing first.
Here we go then. Superman Kip Sabian, the Z-Force champion, coming out to lay an open challenge, as Chris Hatch has just told us. The question is, who is going to be accepting the challenge?
From Coulson in Norfolk, he is your current reigning, defending Z-Force champion, Superman Kip Sabian!
Now, the last time we saw the Z-Force champion in IPW, in fact, in Milton Keynes, he successfully defended the title against Flash Morgan Webster. But then at the end of the contest, Cara Noir made an absolutely stunning appearance and quite literally scared the champion out of the building. So a few bad memories here for Superbad. Hopefully he's got a little more confidence to stay around this time. He must have if he's laying down an open challenge. What a way this is to kick off Road to Undisputed though. Z-Force champion Kip Sabian, it's Superbad. Oh, he's got the mic though. There ends the good news for this evening.
On your own, mate. Thank you. Now it's about time that we start the show off correctly, and that is with the heartbreaking, night-making, hunkiest hunk, handsome hustler, your girlfriend's favourite wrestler, Bozo, Superbad! Just in case you didn't get that, it goes Superbad! Audience participation, I like that. Now, for those of you lucky enough to be watching this here tonight, and those of you at home watching on the IWN network, I'm hoping that one of you at home on the IWN network is Cara Noir. Now, last time we were here, Cara Noir decided to get in my business, and on your own, mate. As I was saying, Cara Noir, well, yes, it's a singles competition, idiot. Cara Noir decided to get in my business. So if you're at home, Cara, I hope you're watching, because tonight in this Superbad Open Challenge, you're getting a little taste of what's to come at Undisputed on Sunday. Hatch, bring out my opponent. And introducing his opponent.
Well, Superbad talks a good game. Oh, wait a second. I know that music. Former IPW World Tag Team Champion, no less. Here in Milton Keynes to accept the Open Challenge. Danny Duggan, who is absolutely quintessentially IPW through and through. He is here to answer the Open Challenge of Kip Sabian. And I'll tell you something, Danny Duggan has been on a bit of a losing streak recently in IPW. What a way to rebalance the credit checkbook in his account if he can pick up a huge win, and not just a huge win, a championship nonetheless. From Superbad Kip Sabian. Referee for this contest, of course, is Mr. Steve Linsky. Bells called for, and Road to Undisputed is now officially underway. Although I suppose you could say it got off to a bit of a damp start in a way, with Chris Ridgway seemingly being taken out by the collective. Danny Duggan there showing you that fire, but also that frustration. Remember, as we said, he's been on a bit of a losing streak ever since Donnelly cost D&D the championships back at Super Show 11 in September. Danny Duggan has been finding it quite difficult. Maybe this is the moment for Danny Duggan. At the beginning of the contest, we actually, well, I say beginning of the contest, before the contest even started, we heard from Superbad saying to Cara Noir that he hoped he was watching on the IWN. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for doing the same thing. But if he is watching, this is a very interesting contest, because if Danny Duggan wins, what does that do to Sunday? One would presume that Cara Noir wants the title shot, probably slightly more than he wants Kip Sabian, you'd imagine. So it would probably be Cara Noir versus Danny Duggan. So there's a lot on the line here. The ramifications will be felt all the way into Rochester in 3 days' time at Undisputed. Champion right now doesn't look like he's going to be the one defending. It looks like, oh, this current weight, it's going to be Danny Duggan versus Cara Noir at Undisputed. Got to protect the face. No, didn't protect the chest. He said no thank you, and he said yes please. That's the reply. Danny Duggan could be looking for that high tension brainbuster maybe. The Z-Force champion, all the blood rushing to his head here in Milton Keynes. Look at the strength of Danny Duggan. The champion is pleading with him to put him down. He might get his wish. Oh, and he got it. Huge suplex. Lateral press. Only a 2, says referee Steve Linsky. Duggan's got him back in position. Maybe that time he was going to go for the brainbuster. Both men trying to jostle, trying to get the advantage. Evenly matched here. I'd have said Danny Duggan's actually slightly more powerful than Kip Sabian, but he's holding his own here, is the champion. On the second ropes, kicks the back of Duggan's head, who falls to the outside of the ring. And just like that, the champion is back in control of his open challenge here. Cara Noir, technically speaking, is awaiting the news of who his opponent is going to be at Undisputed, and he's not the only one. We have already mentioned it at the top of the broadcast. Luke Dragon Phoenix, who of course won the UK Super 8 back in October. He is going to be waiting to find out who his opponent will be for the now vacant World Championship. Who is going to be your IPW World Champion come the end of this week? Is it going to be Luke Dragon Phoenix or one of the 4 men he could face? Well, we say 4 men. Of course, we don't know what state Chris Ridgway is in, but it will be Haskins, Johnny Storm, and Dave Mastiff, if not Ridgway as well. Taking us back to the here and now, the Z-Force Championship, and the champion completely dominating Danny Duggan now. After a bit of a rocky start from the champion, he has retained that focus that got him the championship in the first place. Rolls Duggan over in a precarious position. Oh, and he kicks an almighty goal straight to Danny Duggan. It's only a 2. Plenty of fire left in Duggan by the looks of it. Slight hint of frustration building on the champion. He knows that if he wins this contest, remember, that he'll have Cara Noir in just 3 days. And after the effects that we saw clearly on display the last time with Milton Keynes, I don't think Subban actually really wants any of Cara Noir. What an exchange that was by Superbad. Hooks leg slightly nonchalantly. That could have cost him. Could have got the free count on that exchange if he'd taken it a little bit more seriously. It's an important contest for both men when you think about it, because Danny Duggan is on that losing streak, whereas you could argue Kip Sabian is on a winning streak. You know, this is a very pivotal moment in the year for IPW. The biggest show of the year is just 3 days away. And the winner of this match not just wins the Z-Force Championship, but will be in the Z-Force Championship match at Undisputed. Will be the holder of one of our marquee titles here in IPW. That is a prestigious moment. That will be a huge contest for whoever wins here in Milton Keynes. Oh, Superbad talked a little bit too much there, and Sabian is in real trouble. German off the ropes from Duggan. The head of steam builds. Rolls in with the uppercut. Huge back suplex. Is the title reign of Kip Sabian slipping away here on the road to Undisputed? Will Superbad falter at the very last here in 2017? Duggan is sizing the champion up. Maybe he was playing a little possum. Maybe he wasn't playing possum enough. Duggan was going to come over the ropes and land on the champion, but the champion scanned it, saw it coming. Oh, speaking of seeing it coming. Seeing it coming, the champion makes the same mistake that Duggan just made. Huge crossbody, the title's on the line here. Oh, it's only a 2, says Steve Linsky. Danny Duggan was a whisker away from salvaging the end of 2017. It's been quite a rotten end for Danny Duggan. since D&D's implosion. Looking perhaps for another German suplex. Sabian finding out of it as best he can. Critical moments. Floats all the way over the top. That's incredible by Superbad. Hits him with a sliced bread. And Danny Duggan is in trouble here as the Z-Force champion ascends to the top turnbuckle. Look at the ease. Top rope. Drives the feet right into the heart of Danny Duggan. Middle of the ring. No! You're going to take my wallet, my credit cards, and all the loose change in my pockets on that one. I thought Duggan was done for.
You should have stayed down.
Uh-oh. And you should have kept your mouth shut. German suplex once again. The champion is in real trouble. Oh, Duggan just took the head clean off the shoulders of Sabian, but it's not enough once more. Once more, Danny Duggan goes close. Kip Sabian, and you can't deny this, he has taken all comers since he becomes Z-Force champion. But maybe he's just talked a little bit too much in this open challenge of his. It's been caught on the shoulders of Duggan here. It's precarious. Steve Linsky couldn't quite see that. I believe it was an eye gouge from where I was standing. Picks him up and Superman drills him. Middle of the ring. Has Duggan got enough to kick out? Not this time.
Here is your winner. Still Z-Force champion, Superman Kip Sabian!
And there you have it. It's Superbad. He laid down the open challenge and he gets himself a victory in the opening contest of Road to Undisputed here in Milton Keynes. Uh-oh. Well, don't look back into the sun. You're not going to like what you see. A shadow is cast over Sabian because the #1 contender to the Z-Force title is in the ring. Cara Noir is here in Milton Keynes and he is striking with absolute precision the face and skull of the Z-Force champion. Well, they just kicked the jaw clean off the skull of Kip Sabian. Cara Noir. He's got Kip Sabian in 3 days for the IPW Z-Force Championship. And there's a kiss goodbye. Oh, Kip Sabian gets out of the ring as quickly as he can. Kip Sabian looks like he's seen a ghost. That is not the first time Kip Sabian has found himself in this position. Oh, look in the ring. Is this a precursor to Sunday and Undisputed? Will Cara Noir be holding the championship? Cara Noir has given a second clearer message to Kip Sabian here tonight before their Undisputed showdown in Rochester in just 3 days' time. But coming up next, it is going to be Rob Sharp in action. The Filthy One is here in Milton Keynes. Time we saw Rob Sharp in IPW, indeed in this very building, he beat the Chief Deputy of the No Fun Police, Deputy Dunn. But but he paid for it.
Hello, Milton Kings. Dokie, dokie, dokie! Right, last time I was here, I wrestled Mr. No Fun Done, Damien Dunn. That's right, booing indeed. Now, those of you there, we all know we had some filthy fun that night. You didn't really like it, but guess what? I won. But then he had to go somewhere where you shouldn't go, and he touched my cock. So, Mr. No Fun Done, get your little white bum out here now, Dougie, so I can give it a good old spanking.
Rob Sharp is calling out Dunn. Mark Lloyd is here in Milton Keynes. As for why, I have absolutely no idea.
My name is Mark Lloyd, and I am the legal representative for the anti-fun police. And I think you are having too much fun out here, Rob Sharp, if that is your real name. And I'll inform you right now that Chief Deputy Dunn is not here tonight.
Pretty clear message here from the people to Mark Lloyd.
Sharp, you've got two options. There's two ways of doing this. Number one, the easy way. You leave the ring, go backstage, get your bags, and leave IPW.
What's option two?
Or we do it the hard way.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, not the greatest of odds here for Rob Sharp. Well, Mark Lloyd does have a habit of not doing things by himself, admittedly. I can't see Cuban heat.
So what is it, Rob Sharp? Is it the easy way or the hard way?
There's no Cuban heat or Big T, but there is definitely backup for Mark Lloyd here. And the former Z-Force champion is clearly outnumbered. The bell's been called and this one's underway. Mark Lloyd gets the jump on Rob Sharp.
1, 2, 3.
With at least 4 people to help him.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Last time we saw Mark Lloyd, it was actually with Cuban Heat and Big T. Going up against Dalton Castle and his boys back at Super Show 11. It's been a little while since we've seen him. Looks like he's been working out a bit. Rob Sharp, however, we have seen quite recently a resurgence, if you will. Ever since he lost the Z-Force Championship to Kip Sabian, he has been in form. Only 2, says Steve Linsky. Mark Lloyd is down at the moment and does not want to be down in front of Rob Sharp because Rob Sharp will not give up an advantage. Commentators curse there, I'm afraid. Because now the shoe is quite clearly, proverbially speaking, on the other foot for Mark Lloyd. If you like the action you're seeing here on IWN, you can get season tickets for Milton Keynes and separately for Rochester and London. If you want them, head to www.ipwuk.bigcartel.com. That's www.ipwuk.bigcartel.com for season tickets and tickets to all IPW events. And right now, this IPW event, former Z-Force champion Rob Sharp almost took Mark Lloyd's head off his shoulders. And there's another one for your trouble. Look at the strength of Sharp. With absolute ease, follow a slam. Going for the Sharp ending. He got all of it this time. That's two. It's over just like that. Oh, wait a minute. Rob Sharp just beat Mark Lloyd, and now look at the position he's in. Being beaten down by Mark Lloyd's going to win it. Jack Sexsmith in the ring trying to make the save here for Rob Sharp. Wait a minute. Neckbreaker DDT, all in one. How'd you like it? Numbers not completely on the side of Sharp or Sexsmith here though. Mark Lloyd's hired guns. Oh, the numbers game is beginning to dwindle as Rob Sharp's back to his feet here. Trying to even the odds by getting rid of them. That's a smart move. And takes down two with one clothesline. No. Oh my, that's, oh no. No, come on, man. No, what's he got up there? Well, better to be safe than sorry. They're not gonna. I think they. Oh, good, no, come on, no. Oh dear, well. To be fair to those poor guys, they thought they were just doing a job for Mark Lloyd. They were not expecting that. What a filthy combination Sharp and Sexsmith truly are. Rob Sharp beats Mark Lloyd, and he certainly adds insult to injury at the end. What a timely appearance that was from Jack Sexsmith, saving Rob Sharp from what could have been a more severe beating. Right now, though, we're going to send it over to Chris Hatch, who has a very special guest.
At this time, it is my privilege to bring to an IPW ring the greatest man that ever lived, Aussie!
I can see the bananas from here. He promised brainbusters. I can certainly see the bananas. Austin Aries is here in IPW. He is here in Milton Keynes, and he is on the road to Undisputed. He is scheduled to meet the star attraction.
Mr. Aries, welcome to IPW, the floor.
Yeah, I got this one here, thank you. Here's the close line. Right. But see, when you start talking, they'll chant my name. Let them chant my name for a while. Go ahead, guys.
Just letting the sound wash over everyone here.
You know, after I left the WWE, I had a lot of opportunities in front of me. A lot of people dropping messages in my inbox say you need to come and wrestle for our promotion. I have a lot of companies over in the UK saying, Austin, we need you to come over here and wrestle for our promotion. One of the first people who reached out was Billy Wood from IPW UK. And as I started having conversations and I started doing my research, I realized there was no better place for Austin Aries to come back to England than right here in IPW UK. And when he told me that he wanted to put me in the ring against Mark Haskins, a man who I have some history with over here in England, it was a no-brainer. But right now, I'd actually like to call Mark Haskins out here so we can talk about what we're going to do on Sunday when we step in this ring and we do what we do best, and that's called professional wrestling.
Austin Aries calls out Mark Haskins, and Mark Haskins did not wait long at all. This match has been in the works for quite a long time. What a challenge this is going to be for both competitors.
Now, Mark, if anybody's been paying attention to what's been going around the scene lately, you and me, we've been doing a little bit of business. And that's going to be revealed here in the next coming weeks and next coming months, the kind of business we're doing to help out IPW UK. But on Sunday, there's only one type of business that we're going to handle, and that's finding out who the better man in this ring is. Now, it's been brought to my attention through some of your comments that you feel like you have something to prove to me. Because let's be honest, the last time that we stepped in the ring, you almost broke your neck. I didn't almost break your neck. You almost broke your neck. And then I almost broke your neck. So it occurs to me that you have more to prove to me than I have to prove to you, or really to anybody, because I've proven myself for the last 17 years. But you see, before we get to next Sunday, you have something else to prove. You have another opportunity here tonight. Because you have a matchup that if you win, you become the #1 contender for the championship here. And I'm going to be sitting right there doing something else that I do the best, color commentary. I'm going to be watching you because you're saying you're a new Mark Haskins from the last time we stepped in the ring. Well, you know what? I want to see what that new Mark Haskins is all about.
Wow, who'll be joining me later then? Thanks for the heads up there, guys.
Austin Aries, dude, you don't even realize how much you've influenced me across the years. See, when I was growing up, I used to watch you be the man in Ring of Honor, walk around as Ring of Honor World Champion. When you came to my training school, I attended your training seminar, I listened to what you taught, and those words stayed with me throughout my entire career. But the most valuable lesson that you taught me was at Wembley. Was when I did attempt something that I didn't have full confidence in. When I came crashing down on my head, suffering a concussion and nearly breaking my own neck. You taught me the most valuable lesson of all. You didn't help me. You showed no mercy. You kicked me in the head. You dropped me on my head, and then you stretched me out and nearly broke my back as well. The most valuable lesson you taught me that day was not to be a kid who was inspired to fight something that he idolized. You taught me to be a ruthless, nasty, aggressive little bastard, which is exactly what I have stood in front of you here today. Because the person you meet on Sunday isn't someone stepping into the ring with their idol. You are stepping into the ring with one of the best wrestlers in the entire world, walking this planet on this generation of the next. And Aries, I do have something to prove to you, but you
Sunday, you're going to find out, because the truth is staring in the face, and you're not going to be able to handle it, buddy.
Wow. The gauntlet has been firmly laid down here in Milton Keynes. Aries promised he'd be here, he delivered. Mark Haskins said if Aries was here, he'd confront him, and he's delivered. There's only one thing that remains now, and that's to see who is going to deliver this Sunday. How intense did Aries and Haskins both look there? Absolutely unreal. I cannot wait for Sunday. That is going to be an incredible contest. Moving on now here this evening, we've got a huge 6-man tag team match, the winners of which will be entered into January's Magnificent 7. We'll be telling a little bit more about that in just a few moments. South Coast connection is 6 and done, and Milton Keynes' own Jay Garner here to battle for a hell of a prize. The winning team gets entered into the Magnificent 7 match in January. As promised, I will tell you a little bit about that in just a few moments' time. Stay tuned for that. Promised on actually 2 occasions now, the Magnificent 7 match is going to be taking place in January. We do believe it will be in Milton Keynes at our next show here at Unit 9. That will be 7 men in one match for the Z-Force Championship. That is going to be absolutely huge. And the winning team here in this 6-man tag, all 3 members of the team will get entered, so there are high stakes in play indeed. Steve Linsky's trying to make sure the teams know this is not tornado rules, this is traditional 6-man tag team rules, so there'll be 1 man in the ring from each team at any one time. Curtis Chapman wearing the red trunks, starting off for his team. Whereas it's Jay Garner starting off for the team of Garner and the SCC. Expect the action in this one to be fast and furious. Don't ask me to keep up because I probably can't. We are nearing the end of 2017. One of the big themes we've seen in IPW, certainly in the last few months, it's all been about opportunity. Ever since new ownership came across IPW and the merger with Fight Nation happened, which, you know, coincidentally brought me along, we've been in a position where opportunity has been the key word, and this is a golden opportunity for 6 young up-and-coming superstars to not just make their name here in IPW, but to become the Z-Force champion. Of course, they're likely to see either Cara Noir or Kip Sabian. Judging by what was happening earlier on, it looks like Cara Noir might have that nailed on, come undisputed. But the 3 winners of this contest will invariably meet the Z-Force champion in that contest, the Magnificent Seven, here in Milton Keynes in January. Tickets will be available for that show pretty soon. If you go to www.ipwuk.bigcartel.com for your tickets. That is, just make sure I got it right. That's www.ipwuk.bigcartel.com. As again, you can also get season tickets for Milton Keynes and for Rochester, and our return to Clapham in March. Maverick Mayhew is now messing it around in the ring with Kelly 6. Off the ropes. Beautiful move, using all the leverage. From Mayhew. Tags in Mills. Now Ashley Dunn is in the ring. I do stand corrected. I made a mistake earlier on. It's Ashley Dunn who was in the ring to start this contest off. Jay Garner is now currently on the ring apron for SEC and Garner. It's currently the SEC taking care of Mills. That's what tandem offense looks like. Well, the SEC and Jay Garner, they are aware of just what is on the line here. It is essentially entry into a Z-Force Championship match. What a way to start 2018 that would be for these three young men. Six has Mills exactly where he wants him. The last time we actually saw this trio of the SEC and Jay Garner, it was in this building back at Bask in Our Glory, where they lost to Aussie Open, who of course have that huge tag team championship match coming in the not too distant future against the Collective. That match was for pride. This match, as we have said several times, it is for a chance at the Z-Force Championship. It really is a chance for anyone in this match to make a real name for themselves. And again, right at the start of the year, what a year you could have building off the momentum of becoming Z-Force champion. What a year you can have. Right now it would seem that the SEC and Jay Garner are the more likely of the trios to find themselves in the Magnificent Seven match. Oh, flying uppercut from the top. Comes Mills trying to readdress the balance. In this contest, standing shooting star, beautifully executed. Rolls through, lands on his feet. Comes back over. I told you we wouldn't be able to keep up. What a springboard there by Jay Garner, Milton Keynes' own. Oh, puts 2 feet right into the middle of Mills. And 2 more takes him out of the ring. Mayhew all over Jay Garner here. Action has been fast and furious. There's nobody for anybody to tag. All 4 of their tag team partners are on the outside of the ring. That's how fast and furious this action has been. What an integrity. Did you hear the echo of that shot? Mayhew and Mills working together here. Oh, assisted DDT. And Garner is down. Finally has someone to tag. That's Kelly 6. Right hands and forearms being traded here. What a powerbomb by Kelly 6. Turn Mills inside out. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh! Oh, you don't think? This could be a mistake. Oh, I don't want to say I told you so, but I told you so! A trio of powerbombs by Kelly 6. Jay can't say powerbomb me. What on earth is going on? Just powerbombed his own teammate. It's absolute carnage. Kelly 6 is powerbombing everybody. He's powerbombing everybody here at Milton Keynes. Kelly 6 with 5 powerbombs. Count 'em. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Kelly 6 in the ring. He's gonna. Oh, shit! Let's get what a back body drop! Back body drop by Steve Linsky. That was one powerbomb too many by Kelly 6. Oh. Steve Linsky with one of the finest back body drops I think the business has ever seen there. Absolute carnage. And if you like carnage, don't forget. This Sunday, IPW Undisputed. It's going to be Havoc versus Abyss in the Monsters Ball match. There are limited tickets available. If you're watching this on IWN, I suggest you get on it immediately because the event is going to be within 72 hours. So you really need to get on it ASAP. Uh-oh. Kelly 6 not satisfied with powerbombing everybody. Wait a minute. Curtis Chapman perched high. What a rotation by Chapman as he takes out everybody. Remember, the winning team gets a guaranteed shot at the Z-Force Championship. And now Kelly 6 has recovered from his powerbomb fest. Thought he was going to jump. But he's stopped by Mayhew. Not for the first time in this contest, mostly person on the outside of the ring. Oh, Kelly 6 just said if you want to fly, I'll let you fly. Threw him like a lawn dart over the top rope. Kelly 6 just said, go on, you do it. Moonsault's over, there you go. How about that? Kelly 6 taking a well-deserved rest there after all the power bombs. Mills has been brought back into the ring. Oh no. Kelly 6 trying to hook him. The SCC looking to finish things off. Didn't happen that way. What a spin kick there by Mills. 6 might be out cold. Oh, 6 better showing exactly what it means. Exactly what the Z-Force Championship means. They realise how big this opportunity is. They do not want to squander it. The Minesweeper. Oh, just takes out Mayhew. Puts him across his knee. All 6 men are literally putting it all on the line here. What a move that was by Kelly 6, throwing caution to the wind, throwing his entire body at Chapman. Uh-oh. Oh no. It's not looking. Oh, once again the SSC have been denied. Goodness me. Kelly 6, that's got to be all. No, it's not somehow. That was like a Steve Backley javelin, digging right into the ground. The fact that Kelly Six is conscious is in itself a scientific miracle. Kelly Six just made them DDT each other. That is a clever move. If you haven't got a tag team partner, you might as well use one. Make one up. SCC have got him while they want him. Oh my God! Both legs. No way he was getting out of that.
Here are your winners, Jay Garner and the South Coast Connection.
And that means the SCC and Jay Garner are heading back here in January, where they will all be a part of the Magnificent 7 contest, which is a Z-Force Championship match. What a win that was for the SCC and Jay Garner. They go on to the Magnificent 7 in January for a chance to become the Z-Force champion. Speaking of championships, we now move on to the IPW World Tag Team Championships. It is going to be the Collective in their second ever defence here in Milton Keynes.
The following contest is for the IPW Tag Team Championships, and it is set for 1 fall. Introducing first.
One in Jules fast, one in Jules fast, one in, fucking slow mo.
Velocity of Aries and Culture, Aussie Open!
Aussie Open, not the first time they have met the tag team champions in competition. Let's put this into perspective. Back at IPW fight in Eastbourne, not that long ago, ably commentated, by the way, by my tag team commentary partner, the Twisted Genius, Dean Ayers, who will be with me Sunday at Undisputed. They actually beat, Aussie Open actually beat the tag team champions in a non-title match. So this is a very interesting contest already.
And introducing the champions.
Aussie Open have their work cut out for them this evening though, because this is for the titles.
Accompanied to the ring by Louis Howley. They are James Castle and Sammy Spoon, the Collective.
This is not the first time we've seen the Collective here this evening. The first time we saw them right at the start of the broadcast, they have taken out Chris Ridgway, and he has been taken to hospital, ladies and gentlemen. He has been ruled out of the fatal four-way match to determine Luke Dragon Phoenix's opponent for the vacant IPW World Championship at Undisputed. That means there's a triple threat. It's Johnny Storm, Mastiff, and Mark Haskins. And that is what the Collective have done. That's their MO. It's taking people out from behind like a pack of hyenas. Just to remind you, just in case you don't know, you probably do know this, but you know, so if I'm condescending here, I apologise. But the Collective are instigating, of course, what is known as the Free Bird Rule, which is where 3 men can compromise tag team champions. Any 2 of the 3 can defend the titles. On this occasion, Lewis Howley is on the outside, and it will be Sally Smooth and James Castle defending the titles for the Collective. Now, of course, the first thing you notice, and the first thing that is easy to notice, this is 3-on-2. Yes, it's a 2-on-2 contest, let's be fair, but they have the third man advantage. And that really probably is going to be the difference in this contest. It's going to be whether Aussie Open can overcome 3 members of the collective, not just 2. Because if you think Lewis Howley is just going to sit at ringside like a choir boy and say nothing and do nothing wrong, you're probably going to find yourself mistaken. A real mean streak has entered Howley at the tail end of 2017. Sid Scala knows all about that. Those of you who have seen UK Super 8 will know exactly what happened to Sid Scala. He was whipped. He was whipped by Howley, and only the threat of a 6-month suspension called off the dogs of the collective. The championships, which have been held by the collective since they took them off D&D. Well, I said they took them off D&D. Kieran Donnelly sort of forfeited the titles when he walked off and left Danny Duggan high and dry. The bell has gone, so that means this IPW World Tag Team Championship match is underway. Your referee for this contest is Mr. Tom Scarborough. It's Fletcher and the Anarchist, James Castle, starting us off for their respective teams. The last time we actually saw Aussie Open, they tagged with CCK member Chris Brooks, the Calamari Catch King, to defeat Jay Garner and the SCC, who we've very, very recently just seen win their match. So there's a lot of wins trading around here in IPW, but they are really for important things. Look at that. The SCC and Jay Garner now in a Z-Force Championship match, the Magnificent 7, in January. Aussie Open, they won a non-title match. They won that 6-man tag the last time we were in Milton Keynes. And now look, they're in an IPW World Tag Team Championship match. And that means going into 2018, they would be your champions if they can get the job done here against Castle and Smooth. And you've got to put it in brackets, of course, but Howley as well. Fans are solidly behind Aussie Open. James Castle is not going to care about that at all. There's one thing you can definitely say about James Castle. Anarchist is not just a moniker, ladies and gentlemen. It is a way of life for James Castle. He won't be looking to get any adoration from the fans at all. He cares about getting the job done. He is, I mean, if you had to liken him to something, you would say he was the scalpel of the team. He is the precision of the team. He is the man who is going to get the job done. He is the right tool for the job. Both men showing off their athleticism here. Didn't work so well for James Castle. He has given him a little bit of height to Fletcher. Certainly Fletcher goes clearly 6 foot, I'd say 6'3", I believe. Crossbody, hooks leg, middle of the ring. Too early to get James Castle on that exchange. Davis is tagged and Castle leaps. Quite honestly, the only way to describe that is he leaps towards Sammy Smith to make the tag, who very gingerly makes his way into the ring here at Unit 9. Well, Sammy Smith tried the hit and run, it didn't work. All he got was a run and a hit. Driving feet first into the back of Davis, and the collective find themselves in familiar territory as they are in control here. Uh-oh. Sammy Smith better be careful not to wake up Davis. Those chops seem to be working like alarm clocks or a granola bar. Oh! Ow. That is some painful stuff you're listening to here. Chopped his hand with the velocity of hitting a pane of glass. It's a point worth making more than once, of course. Aussie Open have beaten the Collective in a tag team match before. They are not in unfamiliar territory, as we said in Eastbourne. They managed to put the champions away, albeit not for the titles. And the three-man advantage, well, the one-man advantage, but it's three men in the team. It's coming into play here. Sammy Smooth trying to direct traffic, making Mark Davis come in to try to help Fletcher, and that enables Smooth and Castle and Halley to do whatever they want. That'll be putting that on Tom Scarber, of course. He's only got one pair of hands, one pair of eyes, and that's the thing. That is one of the MOs of the Collective. They know that. They really have had a habit in IPW of jumping people from behind and using every single trick they can to gain the advantage. And the unfortunate thing is that you can't really, you certainly can't agree with the morals behind what they do, but the method has been working. They are still IPW Tag Team Champions, and they have been successfully targeting superstars over the course of the last few months. They've attacked Cara Noir. They've attacked Jimmy Havoc. They've attacked Sid Scala. Tonight, they even attacked the man who brought them all together in the first place, Smash Mouth Chris Ridgway. It is the MO of the Collective. They will use any rule they can. They will bend, they will break it. They don't care, as long as it gives them an advantage. And the difficult thing is, it has made them champions, and thus far, it has kept them champions. So we can hate it as much as we like, but it is effective. Because we mentioned Lewis, he used to tag with Sid back in Fight Nation days before the merger with IPW. They were very successful. I don't want to understand that. They were successful until Lewis turned his back on Sid. And the thing is that they've been as intent on destroying people here in IPW as they have actually keeping the tag team titles in the first place. If you look at how savagely the Collective whipped Sid at Super 8, Lewis was saying it was all about him and that Sid did nothing for him. Oh, that's complete claptrap. They are in the crosshairs, though, of Sid Scala, and that's the thing they need to be reminded of during this contest. And during any moment, Sid Scala won't forget that whipping he took. They are going to meet this Sunday. The Collective are going against Sid Scala, and Sid Scala, well, he's got to try and find some backup from somewhere. God knows who wants to get in the ring with the Collective, the way they've been running roughshod over IPW these past few months. But that's the position where Sid finds himself. And once more, the three men of the Collective using the extra man to their advantage. But it hasn't worked out quite like they wanted to this time. Cole Fletcher has needed to make the tag for so long, and now he has got it. And now there's a much fresher man in the ring for Aussie Open. Listen to these shots from Davis. The tag team champions are being absolutely decimated, and now they're decimating each other. Davis trying to break the jaw of the Anarchist and slap the chest right off the rib cage. Oh! Of Sammy Smooth. Oh, there's another one for your trouble. How hard does Mark Davis hit? Goodness me! No! James Castle. I think James Castle did have to split that count up. It looked like that Sammy Smooth might have kicked out anyway, but Castle could clearly see that Smooth could have been out of it there. Speaking of out of it, Aussie Open now have a 2-on-1 advantage themselves. Fletcher's up. No! Fletcher trying to get out of that corner. Oh, that's one way of getting out of the corner. How about a super kick for your trouble, Sammy? Top rope, moonsault, he got it! The tag titles are on the line, and in comes Davis. Aussie Open are on the verge here. All they've got to do is hook the leg. That's two. No, and Lewis Howley. Lewis Howley, the third man. The third man in the contest pulls out Tom Scarborough. Lewis Howley has just robbed Aussie Open of tag team glory here in IPW. And wait a minute. Pull down of the rope. Davis on the outside. I think Tom Scarborough's lost control of this one. Driver on Fletcher. Davis trying to come back in. No, they've used the momentum to take Aussie Open down here. The tag champions with a release double suplex. Leg is hooked. No! At the last split second mark, Davis found something from deep down under to propel himself forward. Just enough to keep Aussie Open in this tag team contest. The Collective have Davis up. This is how they like to do it. Wait for the boot. Didn't come. Davis has it scoured. There's a boot to Castle. The Collective are fighting for their title reign. They really are at this point. Went for the high knee. Castle likes the high knee. Didn't get it. Got a super kick instead. Fletcher had Castle precariously placed. Castle's got Scarborough distracted. Lewis Howley's in the ring. Howley's in the ring. And there's that big boot. That was how he betrayed Sid in the first place. Scarborough's distracted at the back of the neck, heads on the knee. And Sammy Smooth comes over and Scarborough is there. Now come on, kick out. Yeah, he did kick out, I don't believe it. Normally that is a commentator's cursing itself. Somehow Carl Fletcher has defied the odds. And Milton Keynes absolutely love it. All the old tricks are not working for the Collective. They've got the three-man advantage and it's not working for them. They're in real jeopardy here. Oh, they're going to use the title belt, but Davis has taken it away. He's saying to Tom Scarborough, they were going to hit me with it, I'm going to hit them with it. Of course, that'll be the disqualification. Out of nowhere, Sammy Smooth. There are two tag team titles, you can't forget that. Scarborough's in position. No, it's over.
Here are your winners and still tag team champions, the Collective.
The Collective, by the skin of their teeth, look like they may well see out 2017 as your IPW World Tag Team Champions. Aussie Open had the contest won, but it really was the Freebird magic, the third man, Lewis Howley. Wait a minute. And Lewis Howley getting involved once more, and James Castle. James Castle and so the Collective continuing to be on Aussie Open. This contest is over, the bell has rung. They've still got the titles. Maybe Aussie Open just don't understand about the Collective. They need to... Wait a minute! They need to get out of there where the Collective are concerned. Look at the look on Lewis Howley's face. He knows that music on the back of his hand. And it's the Savvy one! Savvy Sid saying, I need three men, I don't need three men. I'll take you on by myself. Winner from behind! From behind! Oh, those filthy, filthy boys! Sexsmith and Sharp coming to the aid of Scala. Scala, Sharp, Sexsmith, SSS, if you please. Savvy Sid Scala is saying to Lewis Howley, bring it forward, Lewis. Now what are you going to do? Now it's 3 on 3. Stare down between the Collective and SSS, Savvy Sid Scala, Sexsmith and Sharp. It looks like Savvy Sid Scala has finally got himself the equaliser he so badly needed in the filthy club Sexsmith and Sharp to take on the Collective in 3 days' time at Undisputed. But we now move on to look at the IPW Women's Championship picture. The number one contender is in action right now. That is, of course, to Livy Grace's championship. What is going to happen? Let's find out. And Jade is here in Milton Keynes, and this is quite an opportunity when you consider it, because she's going one-on-one with the number one contender for the IPW World Championship. Yes, if she wins this contest, she's not going to be in the IPW Women's Championship match. But I'll tell you what it does mean. What it does mean is that she will be possibly in line for future opportunities at the Women's Championship if she can do the job here this evening. And the number one contender for the Women's Championship about to make her way down to the ring. First time we've seen her in quite a while here in IPW. Daughter of the legendary British trainer and wrestler Robbie Brookside. First time we've seen her for quite a long time here in IPW. I think it's over a year ago. I think it's last October. I think she was actually in the number one contenders tournament. She lost to the Amazon Aisha Ray in the final. But so it's been a while since we've seen her, over a year. If Brookside can record the win, the momentum she has going into the title match against Livy Grace is going to be huge. Bell has gone, we're underway. It's going to be huge, the momentum. She's come back for the first time in IPW for quite a while. Starts off with a winning weight, that's exactly what she needs going into Undisputed this Sunday. 3 days, by the way. We're 72 hours away, within 72 hours. Well, I don't think she is going to shake. No, well, the hand has been extended. No! Instantly making the number one contender regret her decision. As a 5 count, used the majority of it there. Only her second match back, that'll be. For Saya, only her second match. Think about that for a second. I mean, it's not the first time we've heard it recently, really, when you think about it. UK Super 8, Luke Dragon Phoenix, in his second match, he actually put himself in to the main event of Undisputed to fight for the vacant IPW World Championship. When you think about it, he came back, and we go, his absence was a lot longer, of course, almost 10 years. But Brookside is in a sort of similar position. Her second match is going to be for the title. You know, this is a huge ramp up. We can't really overstate that too much. This is her first match back in IPW, and then within 3 days she's going to be fighting for the Women's Championship. That is a huge deal in such a short space of time. So it is imperative that she gets the win here if she can. And at the moment, Brookside doesn't look like she's likely to do so. JD certainly has the number of Brookside thus far. Last time we saw her in IPW, she went one-on-one against Shakara in a non-televised match. Of course, Jimmy Havoc trained Shikara. Livy Grace has been champion for quite a bit of time here in IPW, and she has controlled that women's division pretty much with an iron fist. The question is Livy Grace going to meet her match this Sunday in Brookside? It's a difficult question. We're hoping to find some sort of an answer here this evening, find out how Brookside can withstand the barrage that she's currently receiving. Because resiliency is a really important thing in wrestling. It's a very important thing. It's not just about having the good moves or technical ability. It's about having the stamina to survive. That is what makes champions champions. It's going that place where their competitors can't go. That little bit of energy when everything else would be gone out of everyone else's tank, they've got something left in the bottom. Brookside's going to have to show that here if she's going to have any hope of taking the title off Livy Grace Undisputed. Beautiful flying head scissors. This could be the time for Brookside to strike. Drives the knee, off she comes. Hairbill. Hooks the leg. Only a 2 count, says referee Tom Scarborough. Right around the corner, it's going to be your main event of the evening. It's going to be that huge triple threat, of course. It's supposed to be fatal 4-way, but as we've discussed, the collective wiped out Ridgeway. It's going to be the triple threat match. It's going to be for a place in that contest against Luke Dragon Phoenix for the vacant World Championship. And of course, as we've already heard again from the greatest man who ever lived, he is going to be joining me at ringside in somewhere in the region of 5 to 10 minutes. So that is going to be quite something. To the matter at hand, of course, and we're talking about the women's so much. Beautiful fisherman suplex. Can that Brookside here? Kicks out just at the right moment there. I think JD really liked that one. I think she was convinced there for a second that maybe Tom Scarborough was counting a little bit slow. I'm not sure he was. It's difficult to tell. But Brookside almost got beaten there, and that would not have given a very good momentum at all. Going into the title match against Livy Grace. Reversal by Brookside. Beautiful float over. Oh, drops the head right onto the knees. And now Brookside firmly in control and charging forward. Uh-oh, that is precariously perched. God drills her down into the canvas. All that training from her dad and Dean Allmark and Robbie Dynamite and all those great names coming into play. Drops her one more time right on the skull. That could have knocked her clean out. And it's a win for Brookside.
Here is your winner, Zaya Brookside!
Well, the message has surely been sent loud and clear there, and it will reverberate all the way to Undisputed. Watch your back, women's champion, because I'm coming for your title. Livy Grace, I hope you're watching that contest, but there is a #1 contender coming in your way, and Brookside is coming for you surely this Sunday for the women's title. But now we move to our main event of the evening. It is now a triple threat match between 3 of the very best in the business for a chance to face Luke Dragon Phoenix in the main event of IPW Undisputed for the vacant heavyweight championship. Right now, though, we're going to take it over to Mr. Chris Hatch.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I would like to introduce your guest colour commentator for tonight's main event, Austin Aries! Contest is a triple threat match to determine who will face Luke Dragon Phoenix this Sunday to become IPW World Champion. Introducing first.
We're starting off with the biggest man in the contest. He is big, he is bad, and he is ready for war tonight here in Milton Keynes.
From the Black Country, he's big, he's bad, Dave Mastiff!
Dave Mastiff here at ringside up the road to Undisputed. He's got two competitors standing between him and a guaranteed world title match this Sunday. And one of those men is the man you'll be facing this Sunday, Austin.
Well, first things first, you know, I've crossed paths with Mr. Mastiff on a few occasions over our careers. I've always been very impressed with him. He's a large man, but he moves well for his size.
Your second participant.
Well, here we go then, Austin. This is the man you're waiting for. You have come here especially to scout him. Mark Haskins, former Fight Nation British heavyweight champion. It's a title he never lost. It was stripped of him. He was undefeated throughout his entire Fight Nation career. He gave you a little look, Austin. What was that little look about?
Oh, they just tell me to make sure I'm watching, which is why I'm out here. I'll be watching carefully.
And introducing the final participant.
The third man in this contest until very recently, IPW World Champion. He wants that title back in a bad way. Notably, he's been actually sounding off on Twitter about the fact he doesn't feel he has to earn his way into a world title match. He is very displeased, he's been telling IPW management. As we await his arrival here. Music has gone off here.
And the final participant.
Well, Chris Hatch has asked for the music to start again here. So far there is no appearance from the former IPW World Champion. It appears that he is making us wait before he graces us with his presence here in Milton Keynes. Oh, well that is not, I can categorically say that is not Johnny Storm. Crispy.
I don't think he's really prepared to compete here tonight.
No, he's certainly not dressed for the part, Austin, I'll be honest with you. Maybe he thinks he can take the role.
Good evening, Milton Keynes. Unfortunately, Johnny Storm has packed his bags and gone home.
Sounds like an exclusive there from Chris Pooh.
But he has asked me to tell you to all go and fuck yourselves.
Wow.
As he will never compete in Milton Keynes again.
Wow, world exclusive there from Chris Pooh, handing back over the hat.
Is that a promise or a threat?
Sounds like it was both, Austin, I think,
So,
there.
ladies and gentlemen, it will now be a singles contest between Dave Mastiff and Mark Haskins to find out who will face Luke Dragon Phoenix for the World Championship at Undisputed.
Well, that definitely changes the strategy here for both these competitors. At first, they were thinking there was going to be 4 of them, then there was going to be 3 of them. Now it's just one-on-one, man-on-man.
And Haskins and Mastiff going to have to go straight for it, and Mark Haskins certainly does that straight out of the gate here.
Very aggressive here. Don't look at me. I don't think that's a good strategy. I don't think he got him softened up enough to get the big man off his feet. You see Haskins really just being very aggressive, maybe trying to end this one early.
Mastiff comes off the rope, a huge crossbody, and Haskins falls straight to the outside of the ring. It is all Dave Mastiff here at the moment in your main event here at Road to Undisputed. Number 1 contendership is on the line. Mark Haskins off the ropes.
Whoa! We better be careful because he takes too many risks like that. There's not going to be much left of him come Sunday if he wins or loses.
But that's the thing. He has an opportunity here, Austin. He could potentially be in 2 matches Sunday, one against yourself and one for the IPW World Championship. You can clearly see Mark Haskins is putting it all on the line.
That sometimes can work against you. I know that from experience. And right there,
curse of the commentator as Mark Haskins finds himself in the crowd here in Milton Keynes, and Master's going after him.
I'll tell you what, this is not where either man wants to be, because they can't win the match out there. And what happens if they both get counted out? There is no #1 contender. There is no title match come Sunday.
So are you actually rooting for Haskins in this match then?
Absolutely. I'd actually prefer Mark Haskins wins tonight. Let him go on and have to do double duty on Sunday, if he so chooses.
That certainly would be an interesting set of circumstances this Sunday at Undisputed.
Right now it's a little hard for us to see the action, but they're fighting over by the refreshment stand. Oh!
Mark Haskins putting it all on the line here. That's what he does day in, day out. And I've got to wonder, Austin, is that Mark Haskins' way of sending you a message for this Sunday?
Well, I tell you what, if I'm weighing on his mind too much here tonight, he's not going to get past Dave Mastiff. He might better focus on the task at hand, because Dave Mastiff is a big, bad individual.
They continue to fight here in the crowd, and Mark Haskins right now is on the back foot against Big Bad Dave. Oh, no, Mark Haskins is in a really, really bad position. Oh, against the wall here. Goodness me! Massive launched him like a javelin directly into the wall, and Mark Haskins is in serious trouble. He could be injured.
Looked like he was tossing an empty beer can over his shoulder. Did that with ease. I'll tell you what, the referee here, the official, being very lenient, obviously knows there's a lot at stake in this match. He obviously wants her to be a decisive winner and a loser, letting these men fight outside into the crowd, being very lenient with the 10 count here.
But we need a decisive win, and this is hugely important. We're supposed to have an IPW World Championship match this Sunday. IPW World title will be on the line. Austin, is that a championship that's really caught your eye recently?
Oh, sure, why not? I'll add another championship belt to my collection. I've already collected 2 so far in the last month.
But it's the IPW Championship we're talking about here and now, and one of these 2 men will be going on to have a crack at the championship this Sunday.
Don't get too close to the fire here, boys.
I don't think we're safe here, Austin, at all. Well, I'm certainly not. You can probably handle yourself pretty much okay, but I don't think I can. They're right out here in front of us, Austin.
Yeah, and these guys can't win the match out here. Everybody keeps looking at me.
Super kick by Haskins, and Massive goes down. What a shot that was.
I think the referee needs to do a better job and get these gentlemen back in the ring, where they can't win the match out here. I wouldn't look at me, I would look over here, buddy.
Oh, my bad, I thought he was, sorry, I thought he was going to say something. Oh, this is the technical issue. Whereabouts you want me to say that?
This is a Falls Count Anywhere match because the referee has 0 control over this. These men aren't even keeping the action in the ring. They almost smushed my banana, which at that point I would have gotten physical.
Not just your banana, Austin. The cables have been pulled up for audio. I think we're okay now, but what a brawl this has been.
I'm just really not understanding the strategy, to be quite honest. These guys are taking a lot of chances, beating the hell out of each other outside the ring. You can't win the match out there. The referee's not doing his job, quite frankly.
Wait a minute, Mastiff is building up a head of steam. Rolls right into Mark Haskins. He is in a precarious position. What a big boot by Mastiff. Haskins is in real trouble. Clubbing blow to the back of the head. Haskins could be out cold.
Well, I tell you what, I think both these men had a different strategy walking into this ring tonight, because they expected there to be a third or even a 4th competitor at one point. And you know what? I think once that changed, we're seeing right now that they didn't have much of a game plan other than go out there and just beat the hell out of each other.
And that is exactly what Dave Mastiff is doing. That is his MO, and it is currently working to a master plan. And you have to wonder, Austin, whether your presence at ringside has been distracting Mark Haskins.
Well, you can get in line. There's a lot of people that can't keep thinking about me, men and women. But right now, he better focus, because right now he ain't going to make it till Sunday.
It has certainly been a grueling main event that we have seen, all for a chance to become IPW World Champion this Sunday. They have been beating the hell out of each other.
Well, again, I would have had a completely different strategy if I was either one of these gentlemen, because you got a big match on Sunday regardless. If you're Dave Mastiff or if you're Haskins, you got a big match on Sunday. You need to be a little smarter, take a little less risks, and try to get out of here unscathed.
Is that what you would have done in this situation?
I would have used a little more strategy, and I wouldn't have taken as many risks so early. I would have been looking for some submission victories. I would have tried to get out of there. Right now, these guys are just, they're throwing bombs. They're throwing everything but the kitchen sink at one another.
But they're showing you that it's all on the line. Oh, no, wait a second. Mastiff picked up Haskins. That was almost the end for Haskins there. Beautiful kick. Mastiff is down. How are you going to handle that Sunday?
Well, again, I'm not going to be baited into a situation I don't want to be into. I haven't made it this far in my career by being stupid. I'm not big heart, small brains. I got a big brain. That's why I'm sitting right here, right now. I'm not going to play somebody else's game come Sunday. I don't have any personal animosity against Mark Haskins. I don't have anything to prove to him, as much as he might want to say I do.
So Mastiff coming there. Haskins has it scouted, climbs the ropes, gets all of that tornado DDT.
I don't know if he did.
Certainly got all of that kick. What a clothesline for a Mastiff, and both men are down and out here. Former undefeated British champion in Fight Nation Mark Haskins, former IPW World Champion Dave Mastiff, they have taken each other to the limit in this contest, and it is all in the name of becoming IPW World Champion. And if Haskins wins, he's got to do double duty against the man sat right by me, the greatest man ever lived.
Referee finally realizing that he knows that he can count. Let's see if these men can get to their feet before 10. And I'm gonna correct you. The greatest man that ever lived is no more. This is the truth, Austin Aries, sitting here, because that's nothing. That's all that's coming out of my mouth is the absolute truth.
And the truth of the matter right here now, Austin, is that Haskins and Mastiff are staring at each other. Neither man looking like they're gonna budge. And here come the forearms. Neither man looking to give up the opportunity of a lifetime to become IPW World Champion. Neither man is prepared here to blink.
I don't blink, and if I do, you won't see it because I'm wearing my sunglasses. I don't know if going toe-to-toe with Dave Mastiff is going to work in Mark Haskins' favor right here, especially after all the abuse he's taken.
But you say that, but that is Mark Haskins. He does go toe-to-toe. He does go to war, and you're seeing that right now. You talked earlier on about Dave Mastiff, about how intense he is, but look at how intense Mark Haskins is. That's the real story here. Mark Haskins has a never-say-die attitude. What a kick on Mastiff! That could be it right there. It could be lights out for the big man from the Black Country. Off the ropes he goes, pushes Mastiff down. Rolls him over. He's got a bridging armbar locked on Austin. It's going to be over surely.
Well, he could, but quite frankly, he hasn't worked on the arm at all the whole match. There's been no strategy behind this. If the armbar was the thing, I would have been targeting his arm from the get-go. I mean, he kicked him in the head. He should have went for a cover. What he did is he gave Mastiff a chance to recover. Now he's going to go for it.
Oh, almost had him on that exchange. Mastiff very lucky to still be in this.
And Mastiff grabbing his left knee a little bit there too. Again, that's a lot of weight to be putting on those joints. It don't take much to twist and turn it and to have something go wrong.
Well, I tell you what, Dave Mastiff is going to have to try and shake it off, Austin. He hasn't really got much of a choice here. If he wants to get himself into the world title match this Sunday, he's going to have to dig deep. They're both going to have to dig deep. He's just going to have to shake it off. That's all he can do.
You ever been in the ring?
No.
Okay, it's not that easy to just shake something off like a bad knee, especially if you're carrying 350 pounds on it. He'll grit through it, but if that thing's compromised, it could...
Whoa. What a shot by Mastiff! And this could be the beginning of the end for Haskins. Shoots a Todd splash. He's got the leg hook. Count down the last split second.
I'll tell you what, he didn't really get a good lateral press. There, his back on him. He did have the leg hook, but he didn't really have his weight distributed to the best of his ability. Allowed Haskins to get that shoulder up just before 3.
And Mastiff's now favouring that left leg, and that could come into play as this contest continues. Austin, if you're in this situation, what would you be doing if you're Mastiff?
I probably don't pull my knee pad down if my knees bother me. That's the one thing I don't do. I'd keep that protection on that thing. But obviously it's bothering him.
It doesn't seem to stop him from lifting Haskins, but he buckles. Really? The knee buckles under the weight.
Hyperextension right there.
Haskins went to kick Master's head off. Couldn't quite do it. Look at... Oh, one too many times. Master tried one too many times. The knee has buckled.
It's a nice counter by Haskins. He's getting a little close to the ropes.
He's got him. If he can just get him over here. He's got him
over. Master's right by the ropes, though.
But he's got us sit tight at the buckled knee. Master, look at the torque.
I think that's it. Haskins shifted right the last minute, created that distance. Well, I'll give Mark Haskins credit. He saw weakness, he saw something, a chink in the armor. Not sure when it happened in the match, but he had a nice counter, capitalized on it. And you know what? I'm going to stand up and I'm going to give him a round of applause because that was impressive. Now, could he do that to me on Sunday? I don't think so.
Well, I think the bigger point is that Mark Haskins, Austin, now has to do double duty. He will be the IPW World Title match, and he still has to face you. Both matches will happen Sunday.
Hey, don't stop now, boys. Keep beating the hell out of each other. That's fine by me.
Both men have certainly been through a war. Haskins now moves, of course, to Undisputed, but how much has this win taken out of him?
Don't take that. Oh, they're going to hug. Well, go have a beer together, boys. Is that what that is?
Mark Haskins has been through an absolute war, and he now moves on to face Luke Dragon Phoenix for the vacant IPW World Title at Undisputed. But that's not all. He has to do double duty. He will be taking on the man standing and clapping right next to me, the greatest man who ever lived. It's Haskins. It's Aries. It's a rematch. 5 years in the making.